Renegade Immortal Episode 118. Brother Wang, for the Demon General competition, I still hope you can lend me a hand. I, Mo, will never forget this kindness. Brother Mo, as a man of the Demon General rank, since I've promised, I will definitely help you. Can you believe it? Wang Lin only used one move and actually made a demon commander of soul transformation cultivation almost go to meet his maker. Such a scene. Seeing this, Mo Lihai immediately changed his address and started calling him Brother Wang. Picking up from last time, as everyone knows, in the original Immortal Reversal novel, Wang Lin, to cultivate the slaughter immortal Jew, beat up all the red-haired prisoners. However, this unexpectedly attracted the furious pursuit of the Earth Sword. Wang Lin concealed his aura and rushed directly into Mo Mansion. Mo Lihai gave a wry smile upon seeing Wang Lin return, having already guessed that it must have been Wang Lin who angered the Earth Sword so much. He told Wang Lin, "This is my secluded cultivation place. Go in and hide for now." Wang Lin leaped in and Mo Lihai closed the entrance, then sat cross-legged, pretending nothing had happened. Who would have thought that the Earth Sword, unable to find Wang Lin, would destroy most of the red-haired prison? Immediately after, it hovered above the mortal world, frantically searching. But Wang Lin had already entered the heaven-defying space, and his aura completely vanished. After the Earth Sword searched all over Heavenly Demon City without success, it angrily slashed another sword strike at the Red Prison, leaving 1,000 zhang ravine before reluctantly returning to the Sword Pavilion. Wang Lin looked in the direction where the Earth Sword disappeared, thinking to himself, "This sword spirit is like a child." Unable to find him, it actually attacked the Red Prison. At that moment, Mo Lihai looked at Wang Lin with admiration. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, relying solely on demonic power to detect, he wouldn't have been able to sense Wang Lin's presence at all. Although he didn't know what encounters Wang Lin had in the Red Prison, to be able to provoke the Earth Sword's wrath, Wang Lin was clearly already a master of divine abilities. Mo Lihai urgently wanted to know what level of strength Wang Lin had reached now, and how it compared to when he was in ancient Demon City, especially since the Demon General Grand Competition was just around the corner, and he needed to know his chances of winning. Wang Lin replied, "Without using that move, I can also defeat you." Mo Lihai burst into laughter, exclaiming, "Ha ha ha, good. With your words, my efforts won't be in vain. Little brother Wang, you must return early tonight. I'll take you to visit an important figure." Wang Lin, with a calm expression, responded, "Ha ha ha, brother Mo, don't worry. I'll be by the river." These days, he would listen to that sorrowful melody there every day. When night fell, Wang Lin returned to Mo Mansion. A moment later, he and Mo Lihai walked out together. They passed through the mortal world and entered the hanging city of the West Gate. Outside a mansion, Mo Lihai stopped. Wang Lin looked up, and the mansion's plaque clearly read Xuanfu Shui Mansion in large characters. Soon, the two entered the mansion, led by a guard. Mo Lihai greeted, "Greetings, Father Marshal." A purple-robed man was seen, attended by guards. The surrounding silence gradually transformed into an invisible pressure that enveloped them. Mo Lihai's expression was calm and unmoved, and Wang Lin was even more composed. He could calmly face even Tian Yunzi, so this Father Marshal, who was only at the early stage of soul transformation, was naturally no match for him. The purple-robed man laughed, "Ha ha ha. To be able to remain calm under my pressure, not bad." He then looked at Mo Lihai and asked, "Mo Lihai, how much confidence do you have in becoming a Father Marshal?" Mo Lihai replied, 40%. Little did the purple-robed man know, Mo Lihai was among the demon generals who had visited him in recent months, the one with the least confidence. Adding Wang Lin, he only had 90% confidence. The purple-robed man then looked towards Wang Lin, his gaze as if looking at an ant, and commanded, "Display your strongest divine ability. Let me see why you claim 50% confidence." His tone was calm, even too lazy to spare Wang Lin another glance. Wang Lin's expression remained unchanged. He raised his right hand, and the aura of slaughter instantly condensed. As he pressed down with his palm, 2,000 streams of gray chi roared and rushed directly at the purple-robed man. The purple-robed man initially had an indifferent expression, but when he clearly saw the might of those 2,000 streams of slaughter chi, his face instantly changed dramatically. He subconsciously retreated, and a phantom of a fierce tiger materialized before him, only to be instantly pierced through by the slaughter chi. At this moment, he no longer had any trace of contempt, wondering if he would have been so discomfited if he hadn't been so arrogant before. He retreated again, and 3 inches in front of him, a demonic armor light shield appeared, but under the impact of the slaughter chi, it shattered directly. Immediately after, the 2,000 streams of slaughter chi instantly surged into his body. After circulating once, they flew out from his pores as Wang Lin beckoned. The purple-robed man's face was pale, and his gaze towards Wang Lin completely changed. He thought to himself, "What kind of attendant is this? With his perfect soul transformation cultivation, he could actually force me, a father marshal at the early stage of soul transformation, into such a sorry state with his divine abilities." The purple-robed man then stated, "Very good. You have this qualification. You may leave." Hearing this, Mo Lihai suppressed the shock in his heart and quickly pulled Wang Lin away. After the two had gone far, the purple-robed man could no longer hold back and spat out a mouthful of blood. He then commanded, "Within 3 months, see no one." The father marshal wanted to go into seclusion. Leaving the Xuanfu Shui mansion, Mo Lihai was overjoyed along the way, but found it hard to express. He tried to speak several times, but stopped, finally suppressing his emotions until they returned to Mo mansion. There, he took a deep breath and cupped his fists towards Wang Lin, his eyes full of sincerity. "Brother Wang," he began, "for the Demon General competition, I still hope you can lend me a hand. I, Mo, will never forget this kindness." This was the first time he had spoken to Wang Lin in such a solemn tone, as with Wang Lin's help, he was confident he could sweep through the Demon General competition. Wang Lin replied, "Brother Mo, regarding the Demon General matter, since I've promised, I will definitely help you." At the same time, inside the sword pavilion of Heavenly Demon Imperial City, a yellow-robed figure looked at the Imperial sword within the formation and said, "Had enough fun? Don't go to that red tower anymore." The Demon General Grand Competition was only half a month away, and Heavenly Demon City was enveloped in an extremely oppressive atmosphere. After all, the Demon General battle was an opportunity for every Demon General to ascend to heaven in one step. Miss it, and there would be no chance of promotion to a higher rank. Amidst the surging undercurrents, only Wang Lin's heart was as still as water. Every morning, he would still walk out of Mo Mansion, sit by the river, listen to the zither, and drink wine. It was as if the surrounding oppression and restlessness had nothing to do with him. Only the sound of the zither could stir his mind. Each time he listened, his mind would be greatly cleansed, and there were faint signs of a breakthrough, but he always missed it due to the ethereal nature of his heavenly Tao insights. This day, Wang Lin closed his eyes, quietly listening to the zither music, deeply immersed. However, he was interrupted by a contemptuous voice asking, "You are Mo Lihai's attendant." A black-clothed man stood 100 zhang away, arms crossed, declaring, "If I kill you, it's like severing one of Mo Lihai's arms." But unexpectedly, Wang Lin didn't even spare the other party a glance. He merely pointed his thumb at him, unleashing the instant annihilation finger, and in an instant, sent the opponent to meet his maker. It turned out this person's cultivation was only at the late stage of soul transformation. He was clearly cannon fodder sent by other demon generals to test Wang Lin's strength. "Wang Lin, did you hear what I said? A cultivator like you gets angry so easily. Your 1,000 years of cultivation are truly disappointing." Wow! The 12 sword slashes, as famous as the 7 sons of heavenly fate, were directly ignored by Brother Motzi. What kind of experience is that? Wouldn't that make them furious? To pick up from last time, as is well known, in the land of ghosts, Wang Lin was originally enjoying the zither music leisurely. Unexpectedly, a late-stage spirit transformation cultivator who didn't know his place came to cause trouble for our Brother Motzi. As a result, Wang Lin used one move, the extinction finger, and sent him directly to meet the king of hell. At this moment, in a tavern 1,000 zhang away from Wang Lin, two men in black were sitting by the window, facing each other. One remarked, "This person's cultivation should be at the spirit transformation stage." The other replied, "No matter what his cultivation level is, since he is the person the ancestor personally ordered to capture, he won't be able to escape." The young man smiled slightly upon hearing this and gently tapped the tabletop with his right hand. With this action, a middle-aged man with sharp eyebrows and bright eyes, among several men in black sitting on the first floor of the tavern, immediately stood up. He swayed his body, transforming into a swift sword light, and soared through the air directly towards Wang Lin's location. However, Wang Lin still didn't turn around, not even glancing at him. He merely raised the thumb of his right hand and gently pressed it in the direction the sword light came from. A black streak suddenly appeared, following the previous trajectory, meeting the sword light with lightning speed. The two collided with a roar in midair. The middle-aged man's face turned pale, and after spitting out a mouthful of blood, he frantically retreated. But unfortunately, the extinction finger was faster. The black streak flashed and disappeared, directly imprinted on his chest. Immediately after, a faint mark overflowed from his body. At the tavern 1,000 zhang away, the young man suddenly stood up. "It's still okay to proceed, right? No need for number 3. I'll go. Don't forget, I am number 2. It's worth mentioning that number 2's cultivation was known to be late-stage spirit transformation, just a hair's breadth away from completion. The young man stepped down like 9 dragons, and with every step he took, his aura would rise a notch. When he stopped 30 zhang away from Wang Lin, his entire being was enveloped in a dense demonic power. Towards the uninvited guest 30 zhang away, Wang Lin merely waved his hand casually. The extinction finger reappeared. As the black streak flickered, it shot through the air, aiming directly for the young man. The opponent chuckled lightly. Not only did he not retreat, but he took a step forward instead. As his right hand formed a seal, all the demonic power around him gathered in his palm, forming a fist-sized ball of light. The moment the ball of light formed, the power of the extinction finger arrived. The black streak was like a mud ox entering the sea and was completely absorbed by the ball of light. However, inside the originally pure white ball of light, a black aura suddenly emerged, instantly tainting the entire light ball. At the same time, cracks spread across the surface of the sphere, and black streaks shot out from within, aiming directly for the young man's vital points. The young man hastily retreated, forming hand seals with both hands repeatedly. One after another, balls of light condensed in front of him. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of light balls layered up, meeting the black streaks. Amidst the continuous collisions between the black streaks and the light balls, the black streaks gradually dimmed. When only 8 light balls remained, they finally completely dissipated. The young man declared, "This black streak divine ability must be your strongest technique. I admit this technique is indeed extraordinary. No wonder numbers 4 and 5 died by your hand. However, now that your strongest divine ability has been broken by me, I'd like to see what else you have to rely on." At this moment, the zither music also gradually faded, and Wang Lin slowly stood up, turning his head to look at the young man. The moment their gazes met, a murderous aura, solid as stone, surged forth from Wang Lin's eyes. The young man felt a thunderclap explode in his mind. He felt as if he had been struck by lightning, his entire body trembling uncontrollably. Even with their cultivation, they simply couldn't understand why a single gaze could make him feel as if he were facing an abyss, as if confronting a god of slaughter descended upon the world. On the second floor of the tavern, the elder's eyes shot out golden light, and he suddenly stood up. This murderous aura. How many people has this person killed? He's very strong. Thinking this, he immediately teleported away. However, the next second, his figure suddenly froze in midair because one zhang in front of him, Wang Lin, was quietly watching him. Still trying to leave? Still trying to leave. The elder smiled calmly, a look of determination flashing in his eyes. Without hesitation, he activated the deep-seated seal within his body, a seal he had never wished to touch in this lifetime. In an instant, the demonic power within him violently self-destructed. The destructive power instantly engulfed the collapsing tavern. After a deafening roar, an area of 100 zhang completely became scorched earth. Wang Lin revealed himself 100 zhang away. He gently brushed the dust from his clothes and slowly walked away. By the ruins, the young man's body slowly fell. A wisp of gray energy floated out from his body, quietly chasing after Wang Lin's receding figure. At that time, 100 zhang outside Mo Mansion, a man in green robes was walking step by step towards Mo Mansion. A great sword was strapped to his back, and his face was devoid of any expression. As he approached, a faint murderous intent began to spread out behind him. Inside Mo Mansion, Mo Lihai was cultivating in seclusion in a secret chamber. Suddenly, Mo Lihai sharply opened his eyes, clearly sensing the man in green robes outside the mansion. The man's voice echoed, Wei Yang, one of the 12 sword slashes of the Great Luo Sword Sect, requests an audience with Lord Mo Lihai. He didn't stop walking, directly stepping into Mo Mansion and towards the secret chamber where Mo Lihai was in seclusion. Countless guards immediately appeared to block him. However, what was shocking was that anyone who entered the man's 10 zhang range disintegrated without any warning, silently turning into a bloody mist. Who sent you? What is your purpose at Mo Mansion? Mo Lihai asked. I am here to deliver a challenge letter from Lord Mo Fei to General Mo. Mo Lihai looked grimly at the golden letter in front of him, which read, 3 days later, outside the ancient Dao listening pavilion. The man from the Great Luo Sword Sect finished speaking and turned to leave. However, the moment he turned around, his body suddenly stiffened. His entire being erupted with an aura far more powerful than when he first entered Mo Mansion. A golden light burst forth from his eyes, staring intently ahead at a slender figure 100 zhang away, the 7th son of heavenly fate, Wang Lin. Mo Lihai only then noticed Wang Lin's appearance and couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Wang Lin didn't even glance at the man and slowly walked forward. It is rumored that the 7th son of heavenly fate is arrogant, and seeing him today, the rumors are indeed true. Wang Lin seemed not to hear and continued walking forward. The man from the Great Luo Sword Sect's aura suddenly surged, and the moment his aura reached its peak, Wang Lin calmly walked past him without the slightest pause. Wang Lin, did you hear what I said? The man from the Great Luo Sword Sect called out. Wang Lin's footsteps remained steady, walking directly towards his residence. A light flashed in the eyes of the man from the Great Luo Sword Sect. As one of the 12 sword slashes of the Great Luo Sword Sect, his status on Heavenly Rhyme Star was comparable to that of the 7 sons of Heavenly Fate. He was truly renowned. Wang Lin then retorted, a cultivator like you gets angry so easily. Your 1,000 years of cultivation are truly disappointing. If a senior like Heavenly Fate Son had said this, the man from the Great Luo Sword Sect might have reasonably accepted it. But for these words to come from Wang Lin's mouth, they were particularly grating to his ears. Get out. Since you brought the battle body today, I won't kill you. Wang Lin, I will repay today's humiliation 100-fold. Good heavens. The dignified 12 sword children of Shao tried their best, but couldn't even break Brother Mozi's level 3 armor. If this gets out, how will they save face tomorrow? Picking up from last time, I'd like to see what effect your 1,000 years of cultivation has had. Make way. Ha 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 ha. The man from Daluo Sword Sect formed a hand seal with his right hand, and in an instant, 64 sword chi whistled straight towards Wang Ling. All the sword chi landed on Wang Ling, but with a flash of the sword chi sound imprint, the moment it touched him, it all dissipated. Is this all the power you have? It seems your 1,000 years of cultivation is not just disappointing, but utterly wasted. The man from Daluo Sword Sect's expression changed drastically, his eyes filled with disbelief. Although these 64 sword chi were not his strongest killing move, they were resolved so effortlessly, which truly shook his mind. After all, in his opinion, Wang Ling didn't use any magical treasures. His sword qi dissipated instantly upon landing on him. Even Long Zi, one of the 12 sword children, could never achieve this. Wang Ling shook his head and continued walking forward. The man from Daluo sword sect subconsciously took a few steps back, taking a deep breath as his right hand pressed on the great sword on his back. "Get out," he commanded. "Since you brought the battle body today, I won't kill you." Oomph. A mere late-stage adaptation realm cultivator, your cultivation is on par with mine. Even if your divine abilities are strong, you definitely can't withstand this sword strike of mine. The man's face was grim. He said no more. The treasured sword on his back flew up in response. At the same time, a phantom of a giant purple ram appeared on the sword, immediately materializing from its pattern. "Northern Ocean Sword Slash," he cried. The giant sword in midair moved with it, whistling with unimaginable power. "What a waste of a good sword," Wang Ling muttered. As he spoke, he raised his right hand and grabbed the sword body. In just an instant, the sound imprint covered the entire sword. Just then, a series of roars came from within the giant sword as the soul of the setting sun opened its mouth and lunged to swallow Wang Ling. "You beast, how dare you!" Wang Ling's gaze sharpened, and the aura of slaughter burst forth, directly surging into the ram's soul. The next second, the ram's soul let out a mournful cry, turning into specks of golden light and rapidly retreating into the giant sword. This scene fell into Mo Lihai's eyes, and he couldn't help but gasp. He never expected that in just 3 months, Wang Ling had become so strong that even the handsome prince was no match for him. Today, Wang Ling had even subdued such a terrifying sword soul. Mo Yang, who despised the Daluo sword sect, swayed, his face pale, and spat out a mouthful of blood. After all, his natal sword had been taken, instantly damaging his mind. He gritted his teeth and touched his right hand to his glabella. This was his final killing move, a sword qi arrow given by the Empress. There were 12 in total, representing the last life-saving divine ability of the 12 sword children, not to be easily used unless absolutely necessary. Otherwise, in this perilous land of demonic spirits, the next 400 years would be extremely difficult. But if he didn't use it now, he might not be able to escape. "You may leave," Wang Ling said, startling Mo Yang. "I have no grudge with the Daluo sword sect. If you hadn't repeatedly forced my hand today, I wouldn't have acted. Take a message for me to the 12 sword children. In this land of demonic spirits, I don't want to be your enemy." With a flick of his hand, Wang Ling returned the giant sword to Mo Yang. "I will definitely deliver your message," Mo Yang replied. He moved quickly, leaving Mo Mansion. 1,000 zhong away, his speed slightly slowed down. "Wang Lin, I will repay today's humiliation 100-fold, he vowed. "Although your divine abilities are strong, next time I will definitely join forces with my senior brothers to besiege you." "I don't believe you can still be so composed." A murderous glint flashed in Mo Yang's eyes. He coldly glanced back at Mo Mansion, then turned and left immediately. His speed was extremely fast, and the further he got from Mo Mansion, the more relaxed he felt. Recalling the battle just now, he still felt a lingering fear. But just then, streaks of gray qi from the great sword on his back silently drilled into his head. The moment Mo Yang sensed the danger, he let out a miserable groan and plummeted from midair. The instant he landed, Mo Yang's eyes were wide open, and he had become a dried corpse. In front of his corpse, space twisted and Wang Ling's figure appeared. He tapped Mo Yang's corpse several times with his right hand, then grabbed the corpse and took a step, disappearing. At Wang Lin's residence in Mo Mansion, his figure stepped out of the void, and with his right hand, Mo Yang's corpse landed on the ground. After a careful inspection, Wang Lin's gaze finally rested on the center of the corpse's brows. In the battle just now, Mo Yang's final action of touching his glabella had given Wang Lin an extremely strong sense of danger, a sensation he had almost never experienced since he cultivated the aura of slaughter. That's why Wang Lin had used retreat as a strategy to ease the atmosphere at the time. Such powerful sword qi, Wang Lin naturally wanted to get his hands on it, so he went into seclusion to refine it. Time flew by, and 7 days passed quickly. By then, Mo Lihai had been meditating outside Wang Ling's residence for 3 days. During this time, he tried to enter the room several times, but was blocked by the dense restrictions outside. Tomorrow is the battle of demonic descent, Mo Lihai thought. If Wang Ling still doesn't come out of seclusion today, he will completely lose his qualification. Just as he finished speaking, the door opened from within, and Wang Ling slowly walked out. "You're injured," Wang Ling observed. "In the battle with Mo Fei, I lost," Mo Lihai replied. "I've been in seclusion for a few days. Tomorrow is the battle of demonic descent," Wang Ling stated. It turned out that Mo Lihai and Mo Fei had agreed before their battle that the loser would forfeit the battle of demonic descent. Therefore, whether Mo Lihai could obtain the position of handsome prince tomorrow depended solely on Wang Ling. The next morning, the first rays of sun dispelled the darkness of Tianao City, bathing the imperial capital in sunlight. The 8 outer cities suddenly erupted with surging battle intent. Below the Tianao Gate in the imperial capital, a giant black drum was set up in the center of the vast plaza. Its deep beats echoed throughout the imperial capital, reverberating across the entire Tianao city. Everyone in the city knew that this Tianao drum was meant for ancestral worship or to be struck during major events like opening the dragon pool. At this moment, the plaza was already bustling with people. The demon emperor and the leading figures had not yet arrived, so everyone conversed in low voices, discussing animatedly. As the second drum beat resounded through the heavens and earth, the discussions in the plaza abruptly ceased. Immediately after, 8 long rainbows streaked from the horizon, signaling the arrival of important figures. Among them were the 6 handsome princes, Tian, Xian, Huang, Yu, and Zhou. Handsome Prince Xian's face was notably pale. After taking his seat, he closed his eyes and meditated, oblivious to external affairs. As the 6 princes sat down in the sky, the heavens resounded with thunder even more intense than the waist drum. The 8 chief commanders of Tianao Prefecture then arrived, stepping through the air. These 8 individuals held prestige in Tianao Prefecture second only to the emperor, and even in the entire land of demonic spirits, they were renowned figures. To know what happens next, please like and subscribe, fellow Taoists. We'll continue in the next episode.